Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, May 8, 2024. The government will be undertaking a $1 billion program to transform the look, feel and functionality of selected health centers across the island. This will be done under the Operation Refresh program over the next 18 months. The first component will seek to transform citizens' perception or mindset and behavior towards these facilities. It is also geared at attracting greater turnout at health centers rather than bypassing them and going straight to hospitals. The announcement was made by Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton during his contribution to the 2024-2025 sectoral debate on Tuesday.
What this will include is improving or continuing to improve health centers that are not looking very good. We have 325 of them. We have done a lot of work on a lot of them, but we have now developed a model where we will standardize signage, standardize color codes, improve waiting areas both for patients and staff, and ensure that our community health centers regain the credibility required for persons to go there before they go to a hospital.
According to Minister Tufton, the objective is to restore health centers as a source of pride and for citizens to expect and experience improved customer service. Meanwhile, the second component of Operation Refresh will be driven by community health aides. Dr. Tufton says these 2,200 workers in the system are usually the first public health point of contact at the community and home levels.
We are redefining the scope and the job definition of our community health aides as part of compensation review, and you will see community health aides being more active and present at the community level.
The reform process will include more home visits and support to senior citizens and pregnant mothers, as well as conducting screening and giving basic psychosocial support. This will all be done under the supervision of a public health nurse.
That combined, Mr. Speaker, we believe will help to close the gap between the road to transformation, the building out of hospitals, the building out of health centers, the digitization, the diagnostic. The people will have to pull all of that together to get a mindset change and to get a more responsive public. That's the plan. And we believe it is a plan that is entirely possible and that this government is committed to carrying through to its completion.
Still in Parliament, the Health Minister also announced that further improvements will take place in the primary healthcare system following Cabinet's approval of a new reform model. Minister Tufton says the process will see 370 more doctors being employed in the system, enabling persons to access more curative services at health centers.
The new system will address a number of issues divided into community, district, and comprehensive health centers. It will look at not just health promotion and education, but screening, prevention and treatment, routine medical, special clinics for adolescent, elderly, men's and women's health, rehabilitative and palliative care, ophthalmology, and audiometric screening. In other words, our health centers are going to be positioned in a manner that will give them greater value for the people in the communities where they are.
Still on health, a scholarship fund of $2.5 billion has been established for Jamaicans pursuing studies in various areas within healthcare. This is being made possible through the Dr. Barry Wint Memorial Scholarship and Development Fund over 5 years. The projected start date is September 2024, and it is open to graduate and postgraduate students, as well as those still pursuing their studies. The areas of studies include nursing, medicine, public health, medical technology, and epidemiology. There is also health records management, hospital or healthcare management, information systems for health, pharmacy, dentistry, and health economics. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton says this is one of the strategies to train and retain healthcare workers. Information will be available on the ministry's website by July, and persons who are successful will be bonded to work within the public health system for a period.
Unfortunately, we can't just recruit. We have to now take a vested interest in training and retraining. And so what the ministry is saying, We can't build hospitals and have nobody to put in them. And that is likely to happen. It happens in other jurisdictions. We can't be buying diagnostic equipment, digitizing, and have no one to operate them. We can't not have people who can do the analytics. In other words, take the data and analyze it, health economics, in order to tailor our response to the population. And so this scholarship is intended to solve that problem.
The Ministry of Health will also explore overseas clinical rotations and remote faculties for expanded training in the areas being offered through the scholarship. Additionally, flexi contract arrangements are being explored for healthcare practitioners to work part-time in Jamaica and other jurisdictions. According to Minister Tufton, as the training increases, the ministry will take on a wider and more aggressive recruitment strategy. This will include non-traditional jurisdictions in order to fill shortages in specialized areas.
I want to use the opportunity, given this $500 million a year for 5 years scholarship, to appeal to our training institutions, not just the UWI, we have many others, for them to take some time to adjust where necessary the approach to training. Come talk to us. We have started that conversation. But we are going to have to find ways and creative ways to get more people, more human resources in the system who has the transformation mindset. That right now is the big missing link to truly transform.
In other news, Jamaica's inflation target will remain at 4 to 6% for the next 3 fiscal years. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark made the announcement at Tuesday's sitting of the House of Representatives. He says the inflation target, which has been in effect since the 2017-2018 financial year, was agreed upon recently following consultations with the Bank of Jamaica. Minister Clark says the target is consistent with Jamaica's economic structure and stage of development.
A lower inflation target than what currently obtains would require higher interest rates for longer, which could be detrimental to growth and to fiscal dynamics. Furthermore, Jamaica's recent experience has highlighted that there are constraints to targeting a lower inflation rate at this time. In particular, the frequency of economic shocks, labor market rigidities, low productivity, a weak monetary transmission system, and regulated price adjustments constrain the ability of the Bank of Jamaica to deliver a lower inflation rate than what is currently targeted in the near term.
Inflation is the measure of prices of consumer goods. It's calculated over a 12-month period and measures the fluctuations in the Consumer Price Index, which is monitored by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin. As of April 2024, the inflation rate stands at 5.6%. The Ministry of Justice is making an appeal for more persons to serve as mentors within its Child Diversion branch. Director of the unit, Vanessa Clark, gave the call at a JIS think tank recently. Ms. Clark expresses the importance of positive influence through mentorship in helping to steer children within the program onto a better path.
We have a lot of Jamaicans who have volunteered their time to just give, positive feedback, positive influence to these young people that are in the program. So often we find young people just walking around. If it's not, some might not leave their communities any at all. They don't know what the outside world looks like, so they don't have that opportunity to maybe speak to someone who owns a business to say, this is what it looks like.
Ms. Clark notes that interested persons must be upstanding Jamaicans over age 18 years who are of demonstrably good character.
The skill sets don't matter because children have different interests. So you might be a coach, and you might coach football, for example. The child that you are assigned to might be interested in sports. So, different skill sets, we place them according to those or depending on the need of the child.
Persons who wish to apply to be mentors may access applications on the ministry's website at www.moj.gov.jm or at any of the 14 parish offices. And finally, the community of Castleton in St. Mary is the latest to benefit from the Universal Service Fund USF's public Wi-Fi initiative. The service was launched in the community on Friday with Member of Parliament Dr. Norman Dunn. Dr. Dunn says the build-out of internet connectivity across the island has come a far way over the past 7 years.
I want to say we are very grateful for this investment here today. an investment that will mean a lot to the citizens of Castleton and the students in particular who has to use the facility.
The connectivity also provides a sense of security.
So if you have the access to the Wi-Fi, you can always connect your cameras, and then you provide a better sense of security in your community. Because if persons know that somebody is watching, they take what? Less risk.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Lisa Rowe. Thanks for watching.